10 Most Impressive Presidential Vehicles. 1. President of the USA Joe Biden's The Beast. Nicknamed The Beast, but also known as the First Car, or its codename Stagecoach, the current presidential limo was designed and built by Cadillac at a cost believed to be close to $16 million. It appears to be an update on the previous presidential limousine that entered service in 2009 and is fully armored and hermetically sealed against possible attack. The exterior walls are 200 mm thick and the glass is 130 mm, contributing to a curb weight believed to be around 7 to 9 tons. Biden famously has a long-held passion for cars, and you'd imagine he might feel somewhat stifled riding in the Beast with his detachment of Secret Service agents when he could be at the wheel of his beloved 1967 Corvette Stingray. 2. Prime Minister of the UK Boris Johnson's Jaguar XJ, the Sentinel. With the move to number 10 in 2019, Boris was given the keys to the Prime Minister's official car. He was driven around in an armored 5.0-liter supercharged V8 Jaguar XJ, called the Sentinel. Thanks to hardened steel armor, the car was capable of withstanding a blast equivalent to 15 kilograms of TNT. Despite its armor, the Sentinel hasn't escaped injuries with the roadside infrastructure. It was famously dented by a high curb in Salford, and was also involved in a crash in 2020 when a Range Rover wasn't able to stop in time and collided with the rear of the PM's luxury saloon. 3. President of Russia Vladimir Putin's Aurus Senat. Mr. Putin is driven around in a Russian-made limo, replacing the Mercedes S600 Pullman previously used, called the Aurus Senat. While details of the Senat are thin on the ground, it is believed to come with a 4.4-liter V8 hybrid producing around 600 bhp. This is claimed to result in a 0-62 miles per hour time of under 6 seconds. The Aurus Senat limousine is measured at 6,620 mm, 260.6 in length, 2,020 mm, 79.5 in width and 1,695 mm, 66.7 in height. It has a wheelbase of 3,300 mm, 129.9 in and a curb weight of 7,200 kilograms, 13,669 pounds, which is due to heavy armor, making it 2.5 times more heavier than regular version. 4. President of France Emmanuel Macron's DS7 Crossback. Continuing on the theme of French dignitaries driving DS, you can wave out of, Emmanuel Macron uses a DS7 Crossback for his duties. Not only was it the first DS7 on public roads, but the presidential also previewed many new features which would later become available on production cars, such as DS Connected Pilot and DS Active Scan Suspension. While it lacks the tank-esque characteristics of some leaders' bulletproof cars on this list, it does have a certain amount of relevance in today's SUV-packed market. 5. Sultan of Brunnei Hassan al-Bolkiah's Golden Rolls-Royce. Modesty isn't something familiar to the royal family in the small, oil-rich nation of Brunei. The monarchy of the tiny state of Borneo has been estimated to own in anywhere in between 2,500 to 7,000 cars. The Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah, holds the current Guinness World Record for the largest collection of Rolls-Royce cars, estimated at around 500. His collection includes this silver spur covered in 24-karat gold, as well as a Formula One car collection dating back to the 1980s. The Sultan is also an owner of a 747 that he's known to pilot himself. 6. Queen Elizabeth II's Bentley State Limousine. Queen Elizabeth II has held the throne since 1952 till 2022. She's only a few years younger than Bentley, which celebrated its 101st birthday this year. When Her Majesty would make a public appearance, she would travel in a Bentley State Limousine valued at roughly $12 million. Only 2 of these elongated Mulliner-built limos exist, and the Queen owned them both. She received both 400-horsepower chariots on her 50th throneversary in 2002. 7. Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un's Mercedes Maybach S600 Pullman Guard. Rarely do we use the word supreme, unless we're ordering at a Taco Bell, but it's required when referring to North Korea's supreme leader, Kim Jong-un. As in any autocratic regime, the guy at the top has the best and newest rides, but in North Korea that equates to a decade-old Mercedes Maybach S600 Pullman Guard. It's powered by a 510 horsepower twin turbocharged 5.5-liter V12. When it was new, it started between $700,000 and $1 million, depending on the seriousness of armor. Sources say Kim also owns more than 80 luxury cars. 8. President Xi Jinping's HongQi N501. Xi Jinping became president of China in 2013 and quickly got to work solidifying his power, silencing critics, and amending the constitution to remove term limits for the sitting president and vice president. His daily driver is powerful, too. Built by the oldest automaker in China, the HongQi N501 replaces the resto-mod-looking L5, which was said to have cost $760,000. Details about the N501 are scarce, and so far it's only been spotted wearing government license plates, but parts of it seem very similar to the 17-foot-long Audi A8L. 9. Former German Chancellor Angela Merkel's Audi A8L security. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has been called a lot of things, many of them laudatory. For instance, Forbes called her the most powerful woman in the world 13 times, and she was also named Times Person of the Year in 2015. She travels in the new Audi A8L Security, a 563 horsepower stretched A8 with ballistic protection and even an armored radiator. There are many secrets in this otherwise normal-looking 18-foot-long sedan. Audi says there's an emergency exit system that will literally blow all the door hinges off the chassis. Its S8 powertrain and all-wheel drive system make it the most powerful A8 available. It's also the most expensive, starting at around $750,000. 10. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's Mercedes S680 Guard. New German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, who has replaced Angela Merkel, has opted for the Mercedes S680 Guard armored car as an official car. After 16 years, Angela Merkel, CDU, is retiring and Olaf Scholz, SPD, is the 9th German Chancellor. Scholz opted for the Mercedes S680 Guard as an official car. No matter which party the Chancellor came from in the last 50 years, everyone has opted for Mercedes from 1949 to 1998. Mercedes S680 Guard meets the high requirements of the VR10 safety classification. With a weight of 4.2 tons, double than the civilian version, the Mercedes S680 Guard starts at €547,000, a price double compared with Mercedes Maybach 680. The car weighs so much because it has 2 tons of armor and only the windshield weighs 120 kilograms. The VR10 certification also comes after a test in which 300 bullets were fired at the car without the dummies inside suffering any minor injury. The car also has a fresh air tank to protect passengers in case of irritating gases or smoke. The Mercedes S680 Guard is equipped with a 6-liter V12 engine that develops 612 HP mated with a 9-speed automatic transmission and features for the first time 4-Matic all-wheel drive.